Ah. Hello, people. Uh, Hold on, I gotta get my dogs out the way. Yeah. This video is it's off the books. There's no script this time. Today's topic: cultural appropriation. I don't know if you can see, but they're acting kind of strange. But that's besides the point. All right. Cultural appropriation. What do I think about it? And other things. All right. In case you don't know what cultural appropriation is, it's basically when a person. Sorry, I'm breathing so hard. I just ran down the stairs because I needed to record this fast. But basically, cultural appropriation is when someone from a different background, a different ethnicity, takes another culture and basically disrespects the entire meaning of it by representing it in a way that's not culturally appropriate or culturally correct. But right now, I just want to talk about my thoughts on it. So basically, I was on Instagram and I was just looking through a bunch of posts. My friend Chloe, she posted something on her story, and it was about cultural appropriation. And I say the comments were a bit heated, but it's like in the comments, it was basically about Latinos and people disrespecting the Day of the Dead or Dias de los Muertos. I think that's how you say it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And basically, there was a whole thing about it in the comments where some were like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Just if you want to celebrate it, then go ahead." And a lot were like, "No, don't celebrate it because it's not a part of your culture, or don't celebrate it if you don't know what it's about." Yada yada. So I want to talk about that today, basically. Well, not that in specific, but just the idea of cultural appropriation in general. Cultural appropriation to me, it's honestly a very like today. It seems and sounds very flawed. Like when you put it into a very specific situation. For instance, like this Day of the Dead one. It's a very flawed thing. Because in some cases, actually in most cases, it's like, okay, this day Halloween and this Day of the Dead are on the same day, right? So, Jesus Christ. So, because people don't know any better, or people just didn't know in general, those 2 days aren't related at all. As an American, I can't proudly say this, but it's just common logic. It should be common logic for every, American out there nowadays. Halloween, when you celebrate Halloween, you basically just go out, go get some candy, trick or treat people. Like, hey, what's up, cuz? Give me some candy, bro. That's basically how the day goes. It's just a day not only to have fun, but to dress up, even though you're like a 25-year-old dude who's trying to get his life together. It's just a day where you go out, dress up, get candy, have a good time, come back at the end of the night, like probably around 2 a.m. And you just chill out, right? But to others in other different cultures or whatever, specifically Latino culture, Day of the Dead, it's on the same day as Halloween. And from what I've read, the day is not there to. Well, apparently, the day isn't just there for like mourning, but it's also there for like. It's basically a day to respect the dead, essentially. Now, in the comments, a lot of people were like, "Oh man, like why are you going out dressing up as Native Americans? Why are you going out dressed up as like a Spanish person wearing a sombrero and a poncho? Oh my God, why are you putting on a Mexican accent? Why do you have like a band? I don't even know. It's ridiculous though. Halloween is not a day where you culturally appropriate, and I feel like no, I don't feel like. I know for a fact. I remember seeing it before. People are trying to stop Halloween, not just because of the pandemic, because apparently it's just a giant cultural appropriation parade. It's not. If you know anything about American culture, Halloween, yeah, it's not a traditionally, American type of holiday thing, but it's definitely a day where we go out and just have fun in costumes, whether it be from whether we're wearing whether as a dude wearing whether or not we go out on Halloween wearing a kimono. Like me as a dude, I could go out on Halloween wearing a kimono with some white paint on my face, some red lips, all that stuff. But like we just wear anything. We just wear anything. We'll go out dressed up as Agent 007. We'll put on a British accent and everything. Well, they're dressed up like a Pakistani dude. I don't even know what they dress like, but we could do it anyway. Yeah, that would probably be racially insensitive, but in the end, we don't mean to put it out there that way. And yeah, although our intentions to us may seem good, it may not actually be good. But in a case like this, just because it may not be good, doesn't mean you should get all heated over it. It doesn't mean you should get all heated over it, right? If you know what Halloween is in another country, please don't assume that we're trying to take your culture and just twist it and just make a mockery out of it, because that's not what we're doing. We're putting on a costume that we like because we like it. All right, freak man. If I saw one of my friends, if I saw one of my white friends, one of my black friends, one of my Spanish friends, heck man, even one of my Indian friends, yeah, I got one of them. I don't know why I'm saying that like that makes my point any more valid. If I see one of them going out, dressing up like a Mexican guy wearing a sombrero and a poncho with like weird things hanging off the hat, I'm not going to be mad at that. Just because I'm not Latino doesn't mean, just because I'm not Latino doesn't mean that I can't like be mad at them or something like that. I feel like I'm going off topic. But yeah, if I saw my friends going out just like that, I wouldn't be mad at them. All right? I I don't know any here's what I'm going to say. I was not born into the culture. I will never accept it as my own. I respect it for what it is, but I will never respect it as my own because I was not born in it. I was not ingrained in it. I don't know much about it, but I feel like for every culture out there, there should not be an idea in people's heads where if someone decides to wear what we wear or talk how we talk, it's racially insensitive or culturally appropriating, because that's just wrong. That's like weird. Sorry, my dog just walked by. That's like weird head stuff. It's like I can understand it, but in the end, it's like, why are you getting mad over people dressing up like you? All right, why are you getting mad over me going out to, I don't know, a Mexican food joint? Going out to a Mexican food joint, wearing a sombrero and poncho. I'm saying sombrero and poncho because those are the most commonly worn and known things when it comes to like dressing up like a Spanish person, basically. But like, why do I have to go out worrying about what I look like when I shouldn't have to feel like that on a day where I should be able to go out and look like what I want to look like? It does not make any sense to me why that happens. You know, if let's say, look, I understand everyone isn't always this way. Not everyone is like this. But to the people that are like this, calm down. All right, calm down. But you have every reason to be like Don't like go around wearing our culture like it's yours or like you were born into it. You have every right to do that. But calm down and don't come to the conclusion that just because someone is wearing a sombrero and poncho that they're culturally appropriating. Heck man, people will go out wearing like they'll be like shirtless, pantless. They'll be wearing like a loincloth and a thing on their shoulders, like a shoulder rack or something, with a giant feather hat, whatever. They'll be just going out dressing up like a Native American. I don't see Native Americans getting pissed off over that. Yeah, it's a cultural thing for them. But in the end, they're not mad about it. Well, I don't know exactly why they're not mad about it, but to me, it doesn't seem like they're mad about it because no one's like being racially insensitive with it. I I can't stress to you enough how many times I've gone out during Halloween and I've never seen anybody go out and be and wear something from a different ethnic background and act like that in like a racially insensitive way. You know, like I've never seen that in my entire life. When you live here in America, you understand American things. You understand the American way. And after living here in this ridiculous place for 16 years of my life, for those not knowing what the heck was going on, it's really easy for me to come to the conclusion that we aren't acting this way on purpose and we don't have good or bad intentions with it. We just want to have fun. All right? We don't think it's a good thing to do it. We don't think it's a bad thing to do it. We just do it cuz it's fun. Right? It may not be good, may not be bad, but it's definitely fun for us. All right? It's the one day, not the one day, but it is one of those days where Americans actually get together to have fun for once. Aside from going into McDonald's and shouting at the little person behind the counter like, y'all ain't giving my fucking Big Mac the way I want it. Or going out to other people's neighborhoods shouting at them that they should go back to their country. Or, you know, it's one of those days where you just get together, whether or not your family, you just get together, go to other people's houses, ask for candy and a costume, and you dip. That's it. After living here for this long, it is easy for me to say we are not trying to be culturally, appropriating. We're not trying to culturally appropriate anything. We're just having fun. And I feel like if you don't understand that we're having fun, ask us. All right? Ask your American friend if they think it would be culturally appropriating your culture to go out wearing whatever background, ethnic background you're from or cultural background you're from. Ask them about it. If they think it's insensitive to do it, then okay, that's cool. But don't pose this question to us or this statement to us like we need to indefinitely follow it, because we're most definitely not going to do that. We're just going to tell you, okay, but we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to do this. We're not trying to do that. And of course, those people that have that idea in their head that it's right for them to be shouting like this and be telling us what we can and can't do, it's going to be in their head that like they don't have to listen to us because we're not from that background. Why? Like, I even wrote one of my comments in that Instagram post. I was like, well, the person that I was responding to was like, oh my God, like out of all things that you gotta wear a sombrero and poncho. And I was like, what else do you expect us to wear? There's like millions of other things out there to wear. We could wear a pirate's outfit, bro. We could wear a kimono. We could go outside and freaking wear a kilt, right? It'll be fun to us. We're not trying to culturally appropriate anything. But you're coming to that conclusion just because we're dressing up like it. Fuck, man, this reminds me of digital blackface. Like, in my opinion, part of it is a non-issue, and the other part is something that should be looked upon and taken into consideration. That entire non-issue part, leave it alone. But that part that needs to be taken into consideration, yeah, ask people about it. Other than that, this area, this whole side, get it out. Don't worry about it. Just don't. Look at the stuff that could be productive for society and for you and for everyone around you. All your little family, your group members, your peers, whatever. Make sure it's productive for you. Make sure it's productive for them. Make sure it's productive for society. Not only that, but it'll progress the conversation. That way, in like 5 years' time, instead of us going out with the idea that we can't wear what we want to wear, because the way society is right now, like like 5 years from now, anything that's considered normal right now will be fucking bashed later on. How do you think cancel culture came out? Because motherfuckers didn't start asking questions. Not only that, but motherfuckers started growing up thinking that they're entitled to provide their opinion on shit that they don't even have a reason to be worried about it for. Granted, some of the cancel culture stuff is okay. Other than that, most of the time it's not. They're running out of people to cancel. But it's like, progress the conversation. That way society can progress in a good way, not a bad way. So that way all your peers and everyone you know personally can progress. And that way, in 5 years' time, like I said, in 5 years' time, we don't have to go outside and worry about what we're wearing. You know how fucking stupid it would be to go outside on Halloween 5 years from now and someone is like, oh my God, why are you wearing a hoodie that has the words Pinche Way on it? That's stupid. That is absolutely stupid. I understand. I don't know what it means, but still that's stupid. Why can't I have a Mexican word on my shirt? I don't even know if it's offensive or not. But why can't I even have the word on my shirt anymore, bro? That's what I feel like society is getting to. They're getting to the point where they look at the smallest things known to man, and they flip the fuck out over them. It is actually stupid. That is literally what society is boiling down to nowadays, just to be progressive. It's retarded, dude. Like, stop looking at the non-issues and focus on the stuff that actually matters. That way, when we progress, that way 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years down the line, our fucking peoplings later on won't have to worry about stuff that we were dealing with right now. Some examples would be freaking global warming. We gotta fix that. Another example would be world hunger. Another example would be universal healthcare, free universal healthcare. Another example would be a lowering of crime rate. Another example would be a lowering of prices. Yeah, our resources are running out at this point, but that's our fault. We're the ones who are overcompensating for absolutely everything. We have so much of stuff that, yeah, we may have a lot of it, but in the end, that's just making it worse for the future. Because right now, as it stands, right now, as it stands, when we get to that point in time where it passes, we're just going to be like, dang, why did we create so much of this stuff? We didn't even need it in the first place. It's not that we didn't need it in the first place, but like, we only needed this certain amount. I feel like we are generally overcompensating. I know I've gone off topic of, cultural appropriation, but this is still sort of tied back into the previous point I said about like people needing to look at the actual issues and for cultural appropriation to do the same thing. But like, still, man, it's like society is getting to a point where we are not focusing on the actual issues and we're just making the situations worse for ourselves. I don't know if that's been 10 minutes. Yeah. Hopefully it's been 10 minutes. It's probably been longer than 10 minutes. I'm about to check. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Because this video is off the script, there is no script for this video. I feel like I went way off topic, but also made some weird points that didn't sound like they had anything to do with anything. But I needed to get a video out because I've been planning to make a video, but I didn't do it like 2 days ago. But also, like, I just wanted to talk on this ever since I saw that Instagram post. Because cultural appropriation is just a thing that needs to be looked at, not only from an inside point, but from an outside point. That way we can all come to a general consensus on what would be right and what would be considered right and wrong. And that way we can just have a normal conversation without someone being like, oh my God, why would you say that? Oh my God, this actually needs to be done and not that. Because at that point, you're just making more problems and you're not actually trying to solve anything. You're just trying to get your point across without listening to the other person. But yeah, that's this was like a good part of the end of the video. So you liked it, you like it, you hate it, you hate it. What would you rate it? No, that's I'm not gonna pull Anthony Fantano. But yeah, you liked it, you like it, you hate it, you hate it. Leave a comment on your opinions, and if I said anything wrong, say I said something wrong. I need this criticism. I need this feedback. So yeah, just do that. Do that stuff. Do it. Cause I need it. Why am I LinkedIn in the outro, man? Just cut off the dang phone.